Good morning, everybody, and happy Thursday. Today, this is going to be workout number 4 if you've been following along every day. And like I said earlier in the week, our goal is to hit 6 total workouts. And that'll be back-to-back weeks that we've increased our frequency. So let's keep it going. Let's stay strong. If you got to adjust accordingly, go ahead and do so. But otherwise, stay a course. Keep pushing, keep doing what you can when you can as best you can. All right, so yesterday, coming off of a light mobilities and arm workout, upper body workout, that means today is going to be lower body workout. Now, we have not done a lower body workout by itself in a little bit, those hips, glutes, and hammies workout. So we're going to dip into that again. From previous workouts, but I want to add back in some of those movement mobilities, some of the regular mobilities that we always do, but then again, some of those movement mobilities. So let's get it started. I got my mat set up for the first portion, which is going to be those mobilities. Let's start standing like we always do, and let's go, well, like we most of the time do. Here's going to be your high knee pull, alternating high knee pull. Now we absolutely want to make sure that things are loosened up because there's no upper body, maybe limited upper body. 15 down, 15 to go. We want to make sure that our lower half that is going to take a majority of the load is ready to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch it. All right, so now I'm going to go to that quad stretch. In this first set, I'm going to take it kind of easy just to make sure that my quads go through a full stretch, and I'm going to hold it for a split second, but I also want to make sure, because we're going to hit some squats and some bending of the knees, that my knees are loosened up as well. So I'm going to try and make that angle as much as possible. 3, 2, 1, and switch it. All right, so now we're going second set. Now remember, the second set, you can do your high knee pull. You can sit down on it, and all that's doing is you're using a little bit more leverage to kind of get a deeper stretch, but also indirectly working your balance as well. Now you could just as easily hold that heel high and be done with it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch it. All right, now we're going to go that quad stretch. Now my second set, I'm going to raise the opposing arm, get that little bit exaggerated thoracic extension. But what that will also do, instead of me going like this to get a bigger stretch, because it's not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin that leg, heel to my hammy, heel to my butt as much as I can, and I'm going to reach up as much as I can. That will exaggerate your stretch. All right, let's give me about 5 more seconds so I can sneak in a couple more reps. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, here's the second one, or second rotation. We're going to go hip circles, standing hip circles. Now we're going to go one direction with the right, one direction with the left, second direction with the right, second direction with the left. All right, so I'm going to go right, and I'm going to go reverse, and I'm going to step into it a little bit just to make the range of motion as big as possible. All right, let's go ahead. Standing hip circles. Now you can absolutely do them in place. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, but I just want to kind of ease into this one. Okay, let's go 10 more seconds. Now for me, the reverse circle is just a little bit awkward compared to that front circle, forward circle, and time. So that's why I'm going to kind of also step into it. I'm going to kind of almost use a little bit of momentum, almost like a swing, a little bit. And then the other way is a little bit easier. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch it. Because this one, getting onto a bike, getting onto a horse, which I've never done, getting onto a motorcycle, stepping over your kids, over your dog, whatever it is. 3, 2, 1, and switch it over. And then same idea. Bring that knee up and over. It's almost like you're doing the fire hydrant while on your knee and then cycling it through. So Our goal is to make this really, 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 really close and similar to when you do your hip mobilities on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, last one standing here. We're going to do step and toe touch. Now, if you have a lot of space, which I do, I would just be off camera, you could do this walking and toe touch, walking and toe touch. When we're at the gym, we walk in toe touch or Frankensteins. In place, I'm going to go right foot first. So I'm actually going to step with the left, kick with the right. Step with the left, kick with the right. All right, so just under 10 seconds, I'm going to do leg kicks, single leg kicks like we do lion leg kicks. This is just standing. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Now you could reach out both hands. You don't have to reach out with your hands. You could reach opposing. They all have their benefit. No hands, you're a little bit more balanced. Both hands, that's a solid stretch. Opposing, you get a little bit of a bigger range of motion and a little bit of torso rotation. So that reaching across, pretty good option. 3, 2, 1, and time. Let's do same exercise, other side. In 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. First couple, I'm going to take it easy, so no reach. Not because I need help with my balance on this one, because I'm going to ease into it. Now throw both, because I'll add a little bit of a stretch. Probably one more. Now I'll reach across, head in that opposing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, so we're going to get down into your squats. First set, we're going to stay at 15 seconds, 20 seconds maybe. We're going to do that hyper squat hold. From there, we're going to do your squat to stand. From there, we're going to do your Mississippi squats. Okay, so it's going to be 15 to 20 seconds, 15 to 20 seconds, and then 10 repetitions. All right, so let's start with that super squat, that hyper squat hold. Go ahead and get down into the bottom of your squat as long as your feet are flat, trying to drive those knees out. Now I like to put hand to hand, however I want to do it. Kind of forces the outside or the lateral portion of my foot to be into the floor, which when we do squats, some of you have a little bit of a glute weakness. Your knees will buckle or collapse, and the inside part of your foot or the medial part of your foot or your instep will actually collapse as well. So we want to just train the knees to be out and the feet to be flat, fully flat. This is still a hold. Now from here, remember, we're going to go into that squat to stand. Hands down, head down, eyes down, butt up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. Now, I'm not really too concerned with how many repetitions you do. Like if you want to stay with the butt up and toe touch, if you want to get back to that super squat, however you want to do it. We're going to nice and smooth. Let's go 15, 20 seconds, somewhere in there. So let's say that was about 10 seconds. Let's go 10 more. That should be enough time to get 2 more repetitions in. 4, 3, 2, 1, and all the way up. All right, so now we're going to do that Mississippi squat where we're going to pause for 1 Mississippi down at the bottom, okay? Whether your stance is close-ish, not together, but hip width or just a little bit wider. Go with what feels comfortable. And we're going to go 10 repetitions, not 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1 Mississippi. Exhale, tight at the top. Squeeze your butt. 2 Mississippi. Tight at the top. 3 Mississippi. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. And all I'm trying to do is bring in my arms. 6 Mississippi. The higher they go, the straighter the back. 7 Mississippi. 8 Mississippi. 9 Mississippi. 10, Mississippi. Beautiful. Break, shake, rest, recover. Now I got my mat already out, but I am going to turn it to face you guys. So we did our standing hip mobilities. Now we're going to do our hip mobilities, regular hip mobilities, not line hip mobilities. These are going to do a couple of those movement mobilities we've done yesterday and previous workouts, or the previous workout. So let's go one set across the board. We're going to go back to the timer. We'll go 15 seconds a pop, and we're going to alternate sides. So we're going to start right foot, right side, right leg, right hip. Fire hydrants. 3, 2, 1, and go. On the 20, so we'll go to 35. Okay, 5 down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Other side in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Now just a reminder, not that you guys are doing it wrong, because I know you're doing it right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Whatever leg is lifting, regardless of the direction, the opposite side's got to stay strong and stay squared up and stay straight. All right, so now we're going to go kick back, straight leg or bent leg. 3, 2, 1, and go. I'm actually going to go straight-legged lift. So my leg's going to stay straight the entire time. I'll give you a little bit of a side view here. And lift. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Switch it over. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Same thing. Now if you go straight-legged lift like I am, you're trying to squeeze that glute at the top and keep that squeeze throughout the entire range of motion if you can. If you go on bent leg, you're trying to flex the ankle, pull the toes to the shin, still trying to squeeze that butt throughout. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, so I'm going to switch. We already did the hip circles with standing, but I wanted to skip past those and do our pigeon pose twice. So if I'm in my quadruped stance and I want to stretch my right butt, my right hip, I'm going to step back with my left foot. Okay, I need to adjust real quick. Step back with my left foot. Now for the first set, I'm going to sit upright and I'm going to hold. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to hold. So we're getting that butt stretch. We're sitting upright. We're trying to put as much force into the ground with our butt, my right hip. Okay, trying to stack the weight on it as much as possible so there's a vertical weight distribution. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch it. So now you're back into that quadruped where you started. Now you're going to step back with the right foot and do the same thing. My goal is to stack my weight and go straight down, trying to drive that left butt cheek. Now, depending on what your knee confidence is, comfortability is, range of motion is, that foot might be a little bit in front of you. Mine on my left side is not. Old battle wound back in my younger years. So it's just, sometimes it sticks on me a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, back to that quadruped where you're on both hands, both knees. Now the second set, now typically we do an either or. I do an either or. I'm going to collapse down. Okay, so I'm going to stretch my right butt, right hip, right side. So I'm going to step back with my left. Okay, but I'm going to collapse down. Now the goal now might be a little bit less body weight or force down into the ground. We're at 15, but I'm kind of creating a bigger stretch because the angle in the hip is a little bit smaller. Okay, so it might feel like a bigger stretch even though there's not as much weight on it. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, let's switch it over. Quadruped stance to reset. Last one here, it's going to be left foot, left side, left hip is going to be the stretch side. Right leg, right foot is going to step back. And again, we're trying to collapse down as much as possible. Maybe this is not one. Maybe this collapse down version is not so good for you. Then go ahead and sit up. That's fine. I'm doing a second set so that we can get some variety in it and a little bit longer time under tension as far as that stretch goes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, so here's where, well, we do have our groiner, so that's something normal, but we're going to do 2 of your movement mobilities just so we can start practicing those and implementing those and slowly start to have some muscle memory kick in, because that doesn't happen overnight and it doesn't happen by itself. You got to work at it. So I'm going to use my mat just from a hand placement standpoint, but I'm going to do my regular groiners. Now we're only going to do 30-second sets, and if you need to, let's make it easy. On your groiners, it's your regular groiners. If you want to rotate or elbow drop, that's fine. If you want to ankle rock, that's fine. But it's going to be alternating. Okay, so we got just under 10 seconds. Okay, and we're going to do groiners, alternating groiners. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Now it's only 30 seconds, so I'm not going to do that typical 30-second slow first half set, rest, not rest, easy light, 15 down, 15 to go. I am going to hold it for a split second, but I'm going to alternate. 20 down, 10 to go, and then you have an itty bitty baby rest before I show you that next one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Now you can break, but the next one is groiner to toe kick. This one I do not want my mat. This mat is slippery. It's soft, but it's slippery. Okay, so I step up with my left foot, left hand comes up, my right foot comes through. Now remember, you can sit the butt down, you can pause and you can reach, or you can make it a little bit of a strength exercise and hold yourself up. But however you do it, reset. Now we're going to stay on that side. Okay, we're going to go 5 repetitions each side. So left leg, left side, left foot groiner, right leg, right foot, right side is going to be that toe kick. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, and go. Step with the left, kick with the right, reset, back to the push-up. 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. Now take your time with those. I went just a smidge quicker than we have been in the previous 2 workouts that we've done the movement mobilities, but go at your speed. All right, so our second set, second side. I'm going to groiner with my right leg, right foot, right side, toe kick with my left. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Groiner right, kick left, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5. Beautiful. Okay, very, very good. We're only going to do 1 set, 5 on each side. Okay, so now what I want to do is you're going to get in that quadruped stance, but on your hands and feet. So this is basically our crawling position, our crawling stance. Okay, it is very, very, very similar to that toe groiner toe kick. Sitting, squatting down here, knees off the ground. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right foot, put it through, and we'll stop there for today. Reset. Okay, we're going to go 5 on each side. My right leg's going to be my first side. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. Put the feet flat. 1. Put the feet flat. 2. Right foot through, feet flat, left hand down. 3, 4. 4, 5. Okay, one side down. That was my right side, and I'm going to do my left side. Again, 5 more to go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, and beautiful. I'm gonna get to that hyper squat. Squat the stand, butt squeeze at the top, and break. All right, so press pause if you need it, break shake if you need it. I'm gonna set up my dumbbells, and we got lower body. All right, so let's get it going. Okay, so now that I got my dumbbells all set up and my bungee, because I think down the road I want to throw a little bit of a variation of a deadlift on there, and that'll be incorporating my bungee. So if you want to dip with the bungee, have that. If not, no big deal. We can still do the same exercise. But I want to go out of order here, and typically we'll start with like a goblet squat or a bodyweight squat, which we've already done in the warm-up. I want to start pretty heavy, pretty decent on the dumbbell, the double dumbbell deadlift. Now, whether you do RDL, which is your regular Romanian deadlift, or your SLDL, which is a stiff-legged, straight-legged deadlift, that doesn't really matter, but I do want you to go just a little bit on the heavy side. Now, if you go in front of you like a straight bar, on the side of you like a trap bar, again, that's on you for you to decide. I don't know which one I'm going to do just yet. What we're going to do is we're going to go 10 repetitions, full range of motion repetitions, and then we're going to do 10 partials. Now, a partial is the same thing as when we do a pulse squat or a pulse split squat, okay? But instead of at the bottom, you're going to stay at the top. So I'll do a couple repetitions when the time comes, but first let's grab our weight and let's get ready to do 10 full repetitions, full range of motion deadlifts. I think I'm going to start overhand, like a straight bar. All right, we're going to go 10 repetitions, and there's a brief pause. I'll show you those partials. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Little bit of a pause here. Here's a partial. So whether you're at the side or in front, you're going to take it to your knees and back up. Okay? Partials in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and break. All right, let's give it 10 seconds, and then we're going to do it again. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Full range of motion. Now, if you can take it to the floor with the straight leg, take it to the floor with the straight leg. If you got to bend the leg, but keep your button back tight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Partials, partials, partials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, very good job on that last rotation. Now the next one that we're going to do is another variation of your deadlift. Not quite a sumo stance deadlift, but definitely wider than the stance that you just previously did, as well as our toes are going to be pointed outwards just a little bit. Same thing, if you want to go slightly bent or slightly straight, that's on you, as long as you are activating the backside and keeping your posture your priority. Instead of the 2 dumbbells, we're going to go just 1 dumbbell. Now I'm going to go what's called a sandwich grip. So I'm actually going to grab my dumbbell here. Now it would be ideal if you had a kettlebell, because then you could just grab your kettlebell with an overhand grip. But I'm going to demo it with the dumbbell and we'll go from there. Second exercise is going to be a pulse sumo squat or sumo stance deadlift. Okay, now we're not doing a full-blown sumo, we're just going wider stance. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab our dumbbells. We're going to go 2 sets, okay, of the wide stance, sandwich grip, deadlift, and wide stance, sandwich grip, pulse, deadlift. 10 and 10. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Full range of motion. Now it's going to be way easier to touch the floor on this one. So it's way easier to keep a straighter leg on this set. Let's say that's 4 because I wasn't counting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the pulses are down at the bottom. So from the floor to the knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And rest, recover. 1 down, 1 to go. Let's go about 10 seconds. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Full range of motion, still tight at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we got the partials. From the floor to the knee. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and break. Very good. Break, shake, rest, recover. All right, great job. We have one more kind of like a deadlift. Okay, it's going to be called a good morning. This is the exercise I want to incorporate the bungee. Now, if you do not have a bungee or want to use a bungee and a dumbbell, by all means do so. So just to show you what a good morning is, first with no weight. Let's say that our hands are across our chest or you have a barbell. Your goal is to stay as straight as possible in the legs, slight bend, don't lock out your knees, but straight as possible in the back. Okay, so I'm going to pretend like I'm holding a weight and I'm going to flex forward as much as I possibly can with a flat back, flat back, flat back. As soon as I feel like my hammies can't go anymore or I feel my back buckle, that's going to be my end range of motion. Okay, so you're doing a pure hip hinge. Coming forward, coming forward, coming forward, coming forward, coming forward, coming forward. About right there. Exhale, get tight at the top. Now that would be, let's just say level 1. Level 2 would be to hold that weight. So now I'll show you on that one. Now if you want to hold it like a goblet, or you want to hold it across your chest, or however you want to hold it, it's the same exercise. Just keep it high up on the chest. As far as you can go, as far as you can go, as far as you can go, as far as you can go. Exhale, squeeze tight at the top. Let's say that that's, I don't know, number 2. Now number 3 is the one I'm going to dabble with, and I'm going to throw the bungees if I can figure out how to do this with this microphone. Let's do this. Here. I'm going to come underneath here, And all I'm going to do is going to put this around my neck, okay? And then I'm going to hold the dumbbell. Okay, so any variation or version, without, with, or in addition, the bungee. We're going to go 10 repetitions and break, 10 repetitions and done. Okay, full range of motion, no partials, no pulses. Okay, let's get it going in 3, 2, 1, and go. 1, 2. Now everybody's speed and depth is going to be different. Therefore, you're going to either finish before me or after me. 4. Nice and smooth, steady, Eddie. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9er. And 10. Now I'm not going to change anything because it's kind of a pain in the butt to get the bungees on and off. But we're going to go 10 seconds and we're going to hit it again. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And break. All right, undo your bungee if you went the bungee route. Now all that does, now we've talked about the bungee before, it's very simple but very effective. It makes the tension change throughout your range of motion. So as the bungee stretches, the tension obviously increases, or the load, the resistance you're placing on your muscles in your body increases. As the bungee shortens and is not as tight, there's not as much tension on it, then the load of the resistance becomes a little bit lighter. So let's go ahead and finish off with some standing mobilities. Now you could do the seated lying mobilities or quadruped mobilities, but since we're already up and I got rid of my mat, let's do standing. So in just under 10 seconds, we're going to go back to the very, very, very beginning, and we're going to do those high knee pulls in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Now might not be very much different here, but I can show you all we worked on was the glutes, the hammies, and even what's called the spinal erectors, or that low back. Okay? We did a little bit of quads, but you want to make sure that the backside is loosened back up. And if you're not doing anything tomorrow, or your workout is a little bit later in the day, definitely account for some stretching and loosening up. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, let's go. Let's switch it to quad stretch. And I'm going to come out the gates with that quad stretch and reach, or thoracic extension. Now let's say I was fatigued so much that my balance was off, then I'm just going to throw my arm out to the side. Here. I kind of trust my balance sometimes. And this is not crazy difficult. Some of the exercises that involve balance are, but the ones I feel comfortable with, I'm going to try and push the envelope a little bit. If I feel comfortable with it, it's not hard enough for me. You got to try and make things a little bit uncomfortable or difficult for your body to kind of be forced to change and adapt and have a response to it. 2, 1, and time. Now I'm going to sit down in that super squat, and I'm going to go for 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now, just like we did when we did those Mississippi squats and my arms came out in front of me and that kind of forces my back to come up, we got 15 seconds left. I'm going to try to thoracically extend. Now, that is going to bring my butt up a little bit. That's fine. My spine is arching a little bit. I want to do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, and breakity break break. Now take your time and rest, recover, roll out, stretch out, do whatever it is that you got to do to kind of get back to even, Steven, and square. You guys did a fantastic job. Now stay tuned, stay in there, and we'll see you tomorrow for another awesome lift. Have a good one.